is Stewie Steiner, for those of you who don't know me. I'm the producer. Now, we're all here tonight to witness the magic, the wonderment, the beauty that is Elizabeth Cadbury Wharton. Now, before I introduce her officially, I'd like to tell a little story about how I first met her. There I was, riding on board the California Zephyr, rocketing it.
California Zephyr?
Young man, were you born in Poughkeepsie? The California Zephyr is the premier railcar service between Chicago, Illinois, and Los Angeles, California. Anyway, there I was, in a dining car with my good friends Mandy Patinkin, Burl Ives, and Chris Cooper. Now, between the four of us, we had consumed enough alcohol to drown Judy Garland. And the boys were getting boisterous. They wanted to argue about who had the biggest voice, the biggest Broadway voice. And I said, fellas, it is inconsequential because I have the biggest schlong. And I jumped up on top of the table, dropped trow, and did a little dance. And what did I hear to my wonderment but the girlish squeals of a young Elizabeth Wharton, flowering in her womanhood. Afterwards, she propositioned me for sex. And later, I looked at her and I said, baby, let's put on a show. So without further ado, the incomparable Elizabeth Steinway Wharton.
Thank you so much, Stewie. Thank you so much for being here. And of course, thank you guys so much for coming. I appreciate it. All my wonderful friends. This is just a little thing I threw together last night. But it will be a fun evening examining relationships because they happen to us whether we want them to or not.
I know it's going to be a really positive night.
But every time you go out into the dating world, it always starts with an ideal. You know, be like a tall, dark, and handsome man, or a short, effeminate, and sprightly guy, or a